I'ma have some fun with this one here.
Woohoo!
In the morning, when I wake up, all I want is Mary Joanna. In the evening, when I'm thinking, all I want is Mary Joanna. If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done. Every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke. In the end, I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day.
Oh my God, you know you better watch yourself because I know you're waiting on that one. Cause I'm telling you, concern. Cause you know the one that I take off for a run. You let me see you do that run. Run, the one that they clan, the one that done. Cause I know you cannot be me now, what you wanna do. Cause I'm about to break it down, me, cause that's all that. Cause you know you cannot fade me now, let you wanna. You better back it down now, because I'm telling you, what bar, bun bar, cause I cannot wonder. Because you know you like the way you put that pick up. Cause I'm telling all you fools what happened. And in a mercy. Now what you wanna do? And in a mercy. Now what you wanna do? And in a mercy. Now what you wanna do? And in a mercy.
If you look in my eyes, you will see what I've done. Every minute, every hour of every day. But life is like a smoke. In the end, I'm gonna choke. So all I do is live my life from day to day. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, then you pass it to me.
Come on, baby girl, let's get it going on. I'ma hit the highway and do it my way. It ain't no game, girl, so I don't play games. I keep it up straight, right up in your face. So make your mind up, cause life is too short. I got the vest on, boy, put your belt on. Stop acting all cool like Kanye West, boy. You be riding through the wire and the camera get on fire. You don't want that, no, I don't want that, no. This goes out to pimps and chicks, so slow. Hit the backseat when you're doing the licking, kissing, squeezing. Do the damn thing, man.
Woohoo!
You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke it, Mary Joanna to me. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke Mary Joanna to me. You got to lick it, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke Mary Joanna to me. In the evening, stick it, bend it, crease it, stack it, burn it, pack it, roll it, poke it, roach it, smoke Mary Joanna to me.
Mew. Oh, wow. Let me take this off so you can see me. Fucking hell. I've got this thing above my face. There we go. Good evening and welcome to Raconteurs News. It's the 12th of April. It's Tuesday evening, and a big welcome. I hope you've all had a great weekend. Thank you very much to everybody who's been in touch and everyone who's been joining the Telegram group. We've got 20 people in there at the moment, so I will find the link and I'll get it stuck on. Someone's in the chat called Linda Lusardi couldn't make it, so I'm here. Anyway, look, let's get on with tonight. I'm going to say hello to some of the people in chat room. Dean, Chris, Denny's there as well. Kendo, Linda Lusardi couldn't make it, so I'm here instead. Jimmy Hagan, and I hope you like my new backdrop. This is done by Non-Violent Extremist. I think it's Tony. I just get. It's the other names I can't get anyway, but thank you. What a brilliant thing. That's supposed to be me. That is my wife. Supposed to be there. That's my wife as a finger. And fuck off. And that's me in my wraps. Anyway, let's get on with tonight. Tonight, if you're wanting to learn out, you're probably going to. But it's just tonight is going to be a little bit different. We've got an old friend who's coming on to join us tonight. So I'm just going to let you know what we've got coming up next. On Friday, we've got. On Friday, we have Chuck O'Celli is coming on. Chuck O'Celli is going to be coming on. He got his show over in over in the United States. It's called the O'Celli Effect. Have a listen to that. He's going to be coming on. He's often referred to as the blind JFK researcher. He's visually impaired, but he's such a good guy. I've not spoken to him for many years, so I can see. Lead, stop him. I can see. I can see what he's doing. So that is going to be on next on Friday. Is Chuck O'Celli is going to be on Friday from 9:30, and then on Tuesday, a week from today, we're going to be having Bart Sibrel on. Bart Sibrel is going to be on. He's going to be talking. We're going to be talking about all sorts of different things. But Bart Sibrel, if you don't know him, he made the film A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon and Astronauts Gone Wild. So. Hopefully, so that'll be next week. I'm just booked him for an hour for next week. I know he's a busy man, but I booked him for an hour next Tuesday, so don't miss out on the first hour next Tuesday evening because it's going to be interesting. As is tonight, it's our friend. We haven't seen him for ages. I ain't seen him for ages, but I saw him yesterday because I went up to his house and we've sorted out him being able to get a connection on. We did that in the last 5 minutes before we came on air. So the trip yesterday, yeah. But here it is. It's Stewart. It's Super Leeds. Good
Hello,
evening, friend.
good evening.
How you doing?
All right. How are you?
Excellent. I'm very well. I noticed you've had a shave and your haircut since yesterday.
Do you think I look better?
Yeah, well, you look loads better. You look loads
Feels
better. You look a bit like my
actually.
dad.
Hey?
You look a bit like my dad.
All right, thanks for that.
Oh,
My
no,
mum
my dad's a handsome man, as you can probably tell.
Oh, yes. My mum said I look 10 years younger, so...
You do, mate. You do. And I've got to say, I thought you looked really well yesterday when I did see you. So,
I just
it's
called
good. Yeah, go on, do
to
it.
say I love you. I just called to say how much I care.
We're going to get Dinny on in a bit to have a chat as well. Do you know?
do you know where they got these from, Jess?
Go on. Where'd you get them from?
Orange.
Germany.
Orange. I know they're a bit orange. Ray-Bans. I saw them in the Knox farm. They were a big thing of sunglasses. And I can spot them from a fucking mile off. I went, there's a pair of fucking Ray-Bans in there. And I said to the girl behind the counter, I says, how much are your sunglasses? This is £1 each. And I started laughing. I went, all right. My girlfriend had to stop me from laughing. Anyway, yeah. So that's probably the best buy I've ever had, actually. From and it were Oxfam, which always makes me feel good. Because I used to
when you've ripped charity off, it's always good to rip charity off.
Well, I used to volunteer for them, and they made my life fucking misery. So, payback.
Well, that's not very charitable, is it?
Well, tough shit. I don't think they're very charitable anyway.
No, they're not. No. Well, we don't. I don't know. We don't want to get into that, but we're going to get Dinny on in a bit as well to have a chat. We're talking to Dinny last night and Uni, so we're going to get Uni on. But everyone in chat room, a lot of people in chat room saying, "Hey, they're all really pleased to see you." New Bean says, "Hello, Leeds. Good evening there."
Hello, New Bean.
Spanish. Let me fucking do. Hang on. Here we go. Non-violent extremist. That's Tony, who's done this thing behind me. Please tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm terrible with names. But he says Leeds bears a passing resemblance to Marco Pantani. Who's Marco Pantani? I don't know.
Marco Pantani, wasn't he a motorcyclist?
I don't know. I don't know
Or
what
a
motor
racing
transport he
driver?
was.
Was he a racing driver or a motorcyclist? Motorcyclist.
So
Come
tell us,
on.
mate, how have you been? What's been going on with you since we last had you on?
I don't know. I suppose I've
Footballer he is.
yeah, not much really. I've been on a bit of a downer.
All right.
And they say that when you kind of get bad news or whatever, you have a downer, and then you think you're back to normal, but you're not, and then you have a bigger downer, and I think that's what happened. So
you're thinking you're sort of like having waves of being down because I mean for anybody who don't know, I mean just explain to people. I mean you've lost most of your sight, haven't you?
yeah. I've damaged my optic nerves, which is what connects your eyes to your brain. So there's nothing they can do for you. I've had my eyes checked; they're perfect, so it's not my eyes. So yeah, there's nothing they can do for me. But I got a free white stick.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's like a
it's a good
Brucey
stick.
fucking bonus, isn't it? Yeah. I went blind and I got a white stick. First thing I got that, it's like fucking hell. You know what I mean? No to help me. You know, fucking white stick. What do I want a fucking white stick for? I think it's like a lightsaber. I think I'm gonna fucking. I don't know. Anyway, so yes, but yeah, I've been feeling better last week or so, I suppose. And then yeah, I've been in contact with you again, haven't I?
Yeah, you rung me up overnight, and last week you rung me up actually, and
And thing is that me and our lass, we both changed laptops, and then we don't really know how to use them, and then I've lost my sight, so it's a bit difficult because my girlfriend's not great computer wise, but not knocking her or whatever, but it's difficult to explain what to do. You know, click this, click that, blah, 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 blah. So it gets a bit frustrating. And yeah.
So, do you think that you've been? I mean, this has been going on quite a bit, hasn't it? That you've lost your sight's been going, or it's gone. Do you think you've been grieving for that, and you've been mourning it, and then sort of because grieving and mourning's a different type of depression, isn't it?
It's
what you
coming
get
to
after.
terms. It's coming to terms with it. I think that's what it is. And I was listening to some people, and they were saying it took them 10 years to get to grips that they were actually blind for the rest of their lives.
The problem is Leeds. Stevie, shall we call you Stevie tonight? The problem is, Stevie.
You can tell me whatever you want.
Is that everybody there are people that are going through similar things, but everybody's different. I remember when I first were walking around Morrison's when I'd just had my prosthetic on, so I'd back in the day, and I'd got my prosthetic leg on, and I'm walking around, and this guy sort of sees me, an old guy, and he sees me and he says, "Oh, how long you had that?" How long you had it? I says, "Oh, I've only had it a couple of months. I've not, I'm just getting used to it." And he sort of looked at me and he went, "You never get used to it. You never get used to it. It never gets. It don't get any better. It just gets worse." And I thought to myself, "Yeah, it's fucking not going to happen to me. It's not going to get worse for me. I'm gonna You know, there's things I can't do, but you know, I'm not going to allow that. So you shouldn't really allow what other people say to, you know, to influence you. Take on draw from their experience, but try to, you know, have your own way of dealing with things. But I mean, it is difficult. I really can't empathize with what you're going through, because I've never gone through that.
I mean, it's funny because only before what happened, I mean, I don't know, probably last year, and me and my mum were discussing it, and we were discussing, and I said, worst thing that could happen to me was going blind.
Yeah, and I understand what you mean, mate. I understand what you mean.
And you literally, I can't do anything.
No, nothing. You need
I mean, I
somebody
can look after myself. But everything's difficult. It takes me twice as long, and I generally need help, just for simple tasks. Just think about trying to put toothpaste on your toothbrush when you can't see. You know,
Yeah.
I go through half a tube of fucking toothpaste.
So you're costing you a fucking fortune in toothpaste. You can see something, can't you? You can see shadows.
It's like silhouettes. It's like silhouettes. I can see where I am and big stuff and whatever. I know where I am, but it's details. It's like I can see that's a pack of fags.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what it said on it.
Fags.
It done.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah.
And it don't matter fucking whether I go. I cannot see what that fucking says.
So and they've said that this is permanent. They said that because you said it were an infection, weren't it, in your optic nerve?
He said it was due to alcohol.
Right, alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, it's. I don't suppose it's a secret to anybody that's listened. I mean, you have struggled with alcohol.
Yeah.
Ever since I've known you, and I've known you about 6 years.
Yeah, I've always been open about it, and I always expected there to be some comeback from drinking, you know, possibly liver damage. You kind of half expect that. I never expected to go blind.
No.
And as you know, I can't stand NHS because they just fuck you around and they fuck me about so much. So, can you remember when we had those really hot couple of weeks last year?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
And I was just in bed. I were in bed for like 2 weeks, and I missed all nice weather. It would just happen to be them fucking 2 weeks, and I think that was probably the start of it. And then I started occasionally falling over, which it's supposed to affect your balance.
Yeah.
And weirdest one where I'd been out with my girlfriend one day, and we came back, and she put telly on. And I was sat down where I am now, and you know where it is. Telly's in corner there.
Yeah.
And what I was watching on the telly didn't marry up with the sound.
Right. Is that when you first noticed something?
But do you think that's weird? I was watching a different program on the telly.
So it was different. It weren't like it were out of time. It were
No,
like
it was a different program.
Okay.
And I just thought, what the fuck's that about? Yeah. And then it just started slowly. And I'd getting things out of fridge. I mean, fridge is terrible. I really struggle with fridge because you open door and it just blasts a fucking really bright light in your face. And I can't
Right.
see. So
Yeah.
the little sight I've got, that just blinds me. So I can't see fuck all in fridge. So if I want any food, I've just got to rummage around in there and hope I grab some. Or I've got to ask someone to get me something out, which is, not convenient at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. So how long ago was that then? When you first started noticing something? Like
Well,
you say,
that really
so
period.
middle of last year then. So maybe
Yeah,
nearly a year ago.
yeah. So then it got to probably August, and I thought, I've got to do something now. And I kept saying to my mum and my girlfriend, I can't see what they'd say they'd hold me something up or whatever, and I say I can't see it, and they obviously thought there was something wrong with my eyes, as in I needed glasses. They just thought I needed glasses.
Right.
And I got to the point where I just thought, I've got to do something. And it was funny that I was listening to Talk Sport, I listened to Talk Sport on radio. And there was an advert for Specsavers on. And they'd said they've got this new machine in that scans your whole head or something. And they'll tell you what's wrong with your eyes and whatever. And so I booked an appointment down in Brighouse, actually. You know Brighouse well, Jay?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Some cunts have got my books down there.
Yeah. I'll go get it back for you, by the way. Tell me where he lives. I'll send boys round.
I don't fucking know. I only know where he worked and he's got sacked.
Has he? Oh, well,
Yeah.
you're not getting it back then, are you?
I'm fucked, aren't
I? I've lost my train.
You were going down to Specsavers at Brighouse.
All right. Yeah. So at this point, I'm struggling walking. Because of my balance and my feet are hurting. So I'm in a wheelchair. I'm like, what the fuck's going on now? Anyway, I goes down to Specsavers. And they were spot on with Specsavers, I must admit. They really were good with Specsavers. And I didn't have to fuck about. I didn't have to wait. They were really good with me. Did all these tests. They said there's no wrong with your eyes.
Right.
They said there's no wrong with your eyes. And then he said, and it were about 6 foot away. It says, what, there's a clock up wall. It says, what time is it? I says, I can't even see a clock.
Right. Fucking hell. So, go on, carry on. You carry on. Finish this.
So he said, right, there's something more serious. He says there's obviously something more serious going on. And it's behind your eyes. First thing, I'll just go off on a tangent here, but it's relevant. You've met Alfie, the dog, haven't you? My mum's dog. And we have a dog walker who comes round during the week, just take him out for a walk. And her dad sometimes came round to take him out, and he was struggling with one of his eyes, and you could actually see his kind of eye was drooping, and unfortunately he died.
Oh, chuffing hell.
And yeah, he had a big brain tumor, and it was inoperable. And that was what was putting pressure on his eye.
Right, and that were causing some of that, but that were visual, weren't it? I mean, you could see that. I mean, I don't mean it was visual
Yes,
as it were his eye.
yes,
You could see
yes.
that they were actually physically something different.
Physically something wrong with him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So then, first thing I'm thinking when Specsavers say that to me is, fuck me, have I got a fucking brain tumour? You know what I mean? You think worse, don't you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I was going to ask you that anyway. I was going to ask you that. You know, when you're getting all these symptoms, like you said, you said you couldn't walk and you ended up in a wheelchair, and your eyes. It must have been in your mind that it were drink that were causing it. Or with it, or did you use a defense mechanism? You know, like sometimes you'll try to. I know what it's like. You'll try to move that to one side and find a different explanation, so that you don't have to look and address what's going on that you're doing to yourself. I mean, did you?
No, because I've always, as I said earlier, I've never shied away, and I've never not admitted that I've got a problem with alcohol. But I never thought it'd send you blind.
Yeah. So sorry, I don't. If you're uncomfortable talking about this, then just let me know.
No, I'm quite happy.
I'm just wanting to. I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to sort of like get to look. There must have been. I know you. There's all these other things going on, and like I think we said before that you thought that you'd get it to be liver related if something came from the amount, what from your drinking,
Yeah,
which is what happened with me. I mean, it were liver. And I
yeah,
probably got off really really easy. But while you're doing it at that point, while you were at that point and you still could see and you could still walk a bit, but you're having to use a wheelchair, but you could walk a bit. Did you have that little conversation with yourself in your head where you've got your demon on saying, "No, look, it's not drink, it's just a coincidence, and it's something else."
no. I always knew it was self-inflicted.
So you knew that's what these symptoms were.
I knew it was self-inflicted. Yeah, and I knew it. Once they told me that, yeah, and then I'll just say, and then Specsavers said, right, you need to go see a specialist, because you could be completely blind in a couple of months. And I said, right. And I said, how long till I get to see someone? And he said, well, it'll probably be 2 to 3 months.
So that's no choice, is it? If they're saying you're going to be blind in a couple of months, and you'll not get to see somebody for 2 or 3 months, I mean that's ridiculous, isn't it?
And I just went, what? That's just you can't believe it, can you? So I said, right, can I get to see someone private? Because obviously I didn't want to go completely
No, you
blind.
don't want to go blind, no. Listen, mate, take your
And he
time.
says-
If it gets to where it's too much for you, just say I want to stop, and we'll stop and start laughing at dinner. All right. So just you whenever you're all right, just you carry on. But I don't want it to get too much for you. But if you're happy to carry on, then do
no,
that.
I'm right, man. I'm right.
Okay.
And so then Specsavers says, "Yeah, we'll book you an appointment with this guy, and he'll get in touch with you." And they were in touch with us within days. I got an appointment within a week. I got to see the same doctor that I'd seen. He worked for NHS, but they work on private as well. That fucks me off, you know.
It does, yeah. It shouldn't happen like
that. The work for NHS and then they work for private on side, and you think, well, where's your priority? And also, luckily it's not that far away either. Is this private hospital? So we went there and found a parking space easily. Didn't have to pay for parking. Easy access. Didn't have to walk far. We were greeted at the door. There were no one waiting. We only had to wait like 5 minutes to go in to see someone. And then the specialist came in and I had to put my head in this machine and do all these tests and all this. And then it just, and I were in with my girlfriend because it were kind of COVID times as well. My mum was sat outside in car, and he just kind of stopped and said, "You're blind." Not what it just it just came out with it. "You're blind." And me and my girlfriend just like looked at each other, like in shock, or like, what?
Yeah. I suppose your natural reaction be right. So what do we do next? But I mean, if it's just
That's what,
blunt
yeah,
as that,
that's what I said. And I said, right, so what can we do about it? You know, I thought, you know, you'd be able to, I was just thinking, you know, you hear about laser eye treatment and all that. I thought, a bit of laser eye treatment or whatever. And he says, no, there's no they can do because it's connected to your brain or whatever. It's too dangerous. So there's no what we can do for you. You're fucked.
and also it's hard on your family as well, isn't it? I mean, that for me, I mean, I think it's harder on families than it is on the actual person themselves. I know it's fucking terrible for you,
Yeah.
but I think when something like that happens to you, I think it's really difficult on families. And
I
so,
mean, I've
how
always.
were you coping at that time? As a family unit, were you coping okay or?
I mean, obviously, it's very stressful for everyone. But I've always. I'm not saying, well, yeah, independent. I've always liked to do my own thing, and I don't like relying on anyone. I've always, you know, I can cook, I can clean, I can iron. You know, I don't want anyone to do out for me. I can look after myself. Then all of a sudden, I'm struggling to get off toilet. I fell off toilet once, actually. How do you do that?
Listen, I've fell off toilet loads of times.
Fell off the toilet. Fucking how do you do that?
Even when I had 2 legs, I fell off at toilet.
Well, that would probably more to alcohol, but yeah.
That damn alcohol stuff.
But then you see, going back to family or whatever, and drink. When I started falling over, they thought it was booze. They just thought I was pissed.
Yeah,
But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was because my optic nerve were fucked or whatever, and it affected my balance.
Yeah.
So it's blind week this week, is it?
It is blind week, isn't it? Yeah.
We'll have to have it every week now. Blind week.
No, well, we'll have to do comments in Braille.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you what. Someone said that to my mum. Said, "Oh, well, why don't you just get some Braille books or something?"
Because you just learn to read it.
Yeah, it's like, all right, why don't you just get some fucking Greek books and fucking read them, you cunt.
Also, or Braille Greek books.
Yeah, fucking Grail. Yeah, I'll just fucking put some dots on a fucking. Oh dear me, but all in all, I found people to be very good. That white stick's got some power.
Yeah. Don't worry. There's no like
people respect
the disabled. They do. They
yeah,
really do.
Right. I went. This is just an example. I went to put a bet on for Grand National. A bit of a rough area, and I went in, or I was going in, and they see white stick, and they opened the door for me, and they helped me in, and they sat me down, and someone came over and helped me put a bet on and that, and then when we were going, this guy kind of barged past me, and I thought, fucking hell, he's fucking in a rush or whatever. And he says, "Oh no," I says, "I'll get door for you," and he got door for me, you know. And another guy, I was in, I don't know where I was, but a lift, and you know when you're like last person, it's full, but there's only room for one more person, and this guy had gone in, and he obviously saw that, and he said. He came out and he says, "You go in, mate." He says, "I'll go down steps." And yeah, people have been very good, I must admit.
Tony said that does Leeds now have white stick privilege?
Yeah,
you do, don't you?
I do. My lightsaber, fucking hell. But thing is, I'm worried that what do I do if I lose it?
What if you lose your stick?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Do I just get another one and paint it white?
You could wear dark glasses and then and a raincoat, and that'd make you look blind, wouldn't it? As well. So if you lost your stick, you've still got 2 elements that you need for a blind man.
They just think
I dark glasses and a raincoat.
They just think I were a pedo or something, wouldn't they?
Oh dear. Ray, I'm going to read out some of these because I've starred about 15 comments. The comments, some are comments and some are questions. So I just want to get to these because there's going to be.
Ask anything you want.
I just. Linda Lusardi couldn't make it. I am here instead. Said Jason, does it excuse Leeds for feeling his way around females in shops? Oh dear!
I did feel my mum's breast the other day.
Ron Malcolm says, "I hope you didn't make that your own, Leeds. That would do it." I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know why I've starred that, but I've starred it. But anyway, that was Ron Malcolm. Thanks for your contribution, Ron. Nuki Brown said, "God bless you, Leeds. Are you claiming everything you're entitled to?"
I've had some good news today, and yes.
There you go. He's had some good news today, and yes, so I hope that answers your question. Nuki Brown, welcome to Raconteurs News. If you're brand new, we're talking to Super Leeds. He's the super fan of Raconteurs News. He's listened to every single show. Perhaps not every single show like up to date, but he's right back from the day, and he's always been a friend to the show, and he pays for StreamYard every year, so. And he's my mate, and so we've got him on tonight. We've been able to sort it out, get him on screen. So there you go, Nuki Brown. Yeah, so welcome to Raconteurs News. Become part of the family if you wish, but only if you need us. New Bean says you will learn up your other senses and order, and senses and order. One of my blind co-workers got very pissed when her mother had been to her home and rearranged the inventory of the cupboards. Yeah, so there's New Being talking about a blind co-worker. Have they been? Do people move stuff about to piss you off?
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yeah, you, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. My mum's terrible for it. I think I know where something is, and I were always particular about where I had stuff anyway. But she might just move something for some reason, and not realizing, not being vindictive or whatever. Then I come to get it, and it's not there. I'm thinking, fucking hell. Then clearly, I don't know where it is. So yeah. Also, kind of access. People leaving stuff on floor and.
Oh God, tell me about it. I know that one.
Oh,
I can at least I can see him. You must just run into him.
Yeah, like fucking hell. I nearly tipped over once. Wheelchair, fucking hell, like that. Yeah, that pisses me off. And steps, I fucking hate steps.
No, I like Test Club 7, me. Can't fucking stand steps. Donna says, Donna Caddy, good evening, Donna and Matt Caddy, both listening, both regulars. Good evening to you. She says, I was going to ask that also. So I'm going to ask her, has Leeds applied for a guide dog?
I've looked into it, and it takes years apparently to get one because it takes so long to train them, and it costs so much money. I think there's a waiting list of about 6 years. Yeah, but yeah, I were even thinking about just getting a. Are the Labradors? What's the difference between a Labrador and a Golden Virginia?
A Golden Retriever's got a longer.
It's a Golden Virginia.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah. What's difference? Do you know? Is there one?
Yeah, the golden retriever's got a longer, glossier coat, whereas a Labrador usually has, I know the cut, but they usually got a shorter coat.
Are they the same, though? If you know.
Well, the dogs, yeah, they're both dogs. They're not the same.
Right.
Obviously,
I know they're not cats, but I mean, one's just got long hair and one's not got long hair.
Yeah. The Golden Retriever's got has longer hair. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong in chat room, but I think that's what it is.
What's the difference? What's the difference between an Alsatian and a German Shepherd?
Well, nothing. But a German Shepherd is what they called a Alsatian, didn't they? After Aslas in in France after First World War. No,
But it
people
were
were killing.
Alsace, wasn't it? Yeah.
People were killing German Shepherd dogs, fucking because
Between
people are fucking
France and
idiots.
Germany, wasn't it?
So they
Yeah.
changed the name to Alsatian or from base.
What? So
supposedly.
they were originally called German
They're originally
Shepherds.
German Shepherds. They are German Shepherds, yeah. There's no difference between Alsatian and German, but one and other. It's just that they tried to change name after First World War because people were shooting was seeing German Shepherds and shooting them. Because even
Oh,
back then, fucking people 100 years ago, people were fucking idiots. I mean, come on.
yeah.
I mean, people are idiots. They were going around shooting a fucking because it was called a German Shepherd dog. It's fucking. You're all kidding me, aren't you? Jesus, no wonder they fucking disarmed us. There you go,
No.
Donna's got it right. Yeah. What kind of dog? Watson's a Lakeland cross with Patterdale, and a fucking vicious bastard bites you. He's a vicious bites you, isn't it? Your bites is pretty calm and collected. I noticed yesterday.
Mine.
Yeah.
He's
no, I'm talking to somebody else.
He's a Lhasa Apso little thing. I don't know. I think he's just like a toy dog. You see, I'd have a Rottweiler or something like that. I'd have a fucking proper dog. Do you reckon you could train a Rottweiler to be a guide dog?
We could. I don't know. I don't know. Why
Have
would
you heard
you,
about
why
all
would you want to? A Rottweiler. You go down that road with a Rottweiler. You dark
Well,
glasses on.
no one's gonna fuck with it then, are they?
I know. I could see in that Leeds United T-shirt and all that Leeds United get up. You know your tracksuit that you had on yesterday. I think you've got it on today. And you got top on.
I still have. Well, I wasn't expecting to be on fucking camera. I know. I might go off at half time and go put on my show. I was going to put my show shirt on. But I didn't bother because I thought, well, I'm not going to be on camera, so I won't fucking bother getting changed.
Well, we might have a song in a bit anyway before we invite some other people on. Go on.
Last five, we were like 5 to 8, wasn't it? And we were like struggling like fuck to get on, weren't we?
As usual, that's how it is on this fucking show. It always has been 5 to 8. It used to be 5 to 8, and I'd get on, and I'd say to Andy, "Who's guest?" And they'd go, "Oh, it's so and so." I'd never fucking heard of him, so I had to.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a look. I just listened to what they said, and then back in the good old days, eh? Back in the good old days.
Our lass used to piss herself. Because I used to listen to you in the kitchen, and when she came in, and she used to piss herself because one or either of you, well, you'd either have your mic muted, or you'd have some kind of technical problem, wouldn't you? And it was just funny as fuck, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, me and Andy. It was me. I kept saying to him, "Muted Andy. You muted Andy.
You muted Andy."
He'd start
Andy,
talking, wouldn't he? And see his head going, dead confident, like. And he'd be talking something right, making a right good point, and I'd just go, "You muted Andy."
Andy, you muted. Andy, you muted.
Oh dear, it's happened to me though. It's happened to me. Let's have a look at some more of these comments. Somebody did some. Let me. Jimmy Hagan says, wasn't some of the blindness and eye issues related to coof? I don't know what that is. What's coof?
How are you spelling that?
COOF.
C-double.
I think they might be referring to COVID.
COVID?
You're not had COVID, have you?
Not that I know of.
No.
I've been tested plenty of times. Just cause...
Yeah, I know, but for COVID though, man, not down at STD clinic.
No.
Oh God, better. I've got to get Dinny on later on. We had a conversation last night, and it was just crackers. Absolutely
Why?
crackers. He's just crackers. He's off his tits. Honestly, I get him
Well,
to
I
say
know.
things.
Um, I've never been to an STD clinic in my life.
No, and nobody's saying you have. Webby says, try some pinhole glasses. Have you heard of that? I heard of that somewhere. In fact, it might have been right early on in this show because Andy used to get have weird people on that had these ideas that probably worked. But pinhole glasses, have you heard of that?
I think I heard of it years ago. But I've never thought of it. But yeah, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Mm.
Evening, Webby. You all right, mate?
Chris Partridge says, not many people go through life with nothing happening to them physically. Helps you feel less alone when something happens to you. Yeah, it helps. Does help to when you don't feel when you're not alone. Because I can't imagine of going through this what I've gone through alone. So God knows what it would have been like for you. But we've got good people in his lives, haven't we? That's a real proper coping mechanism. That is having people in your life.
The thing is that you've got to try and look at the positives. You've got to try and look at the positives in your life. And I'm very lucky that I'm living with my mum and my girlfriend, who I hope both love me. And I live in a nice area. I live in a nice house. It could be worse. It could be a lot worse. And there's always someone worse off than you.
Always.
There's always someone worse off with you.
Media Mogul says, I got my pinhole specs on now. Oh, pinhole glasses won't work if the damage is in the central macula. Macula. That's South Freedom UK. That's Robert, who's an eye. He's an eye man. He does eyes. Yeah, he's an eye man. Yeah. I don't know what he might
get him on.
Yeah, we'll jump on, Rob. I'll just pop the link in the chat.
Because we were discussing, yes. Okay.
Why do I have two giant penises with Batman masks on behind me? You, Nate, I fucking expect that from you. He's like a pervert, honestly. He's a complete fucking pervert. Yeah, go on. There we go. Yeah. Pinhole glasses. Let me have a look on here. Google says most common cause of blindness from drinking is methanol. Methanol, otherwise known as methyl, alcohol or wood alcohol, can damage the optic nerve and it will even kill in high concentrations.
We were discussing it yesterday, weren't we? The term blind drunk, and I'd never realised that that's what it meant. And then I didn't read, I got someone to read it for me I listened to it, I think it were in Ireland, no, in America, and they were making what's that vodka stuff that they make out of potatoes and that poutine, is it? And it's like fucking 90% proof or something, and it was sending them fucking blind, and that's where the term blind drunk came from.
Here's Health Freedom Robert. The eye guy. Super Leeds Robert. How you doing? Go on.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm okay.
How
Can
are
you
you?
hear me okay?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah? Good. I'm
Yeah.
good, man. Yourself, Leeds, how are you? Sorry, man. I just jumped on in the last 15 minutes and I just saw your news and everything. So I'm sorry the way they treated you, man, in the hospital and in the NHS, the way they gave you that news. I've got so much experience of that when I used to see people come in. I mean, I used to deal with diabetic retinal patients. So patients who had diabetes would have to have their yearly eye screening,
Yeah.
and you would photograph the back of their eye, and
Yeah.
you know, you could see sometimes people would walk in and some people would just have cataracts, you know, and you could say to them, look, you've got cataracts and therefore you just need a little operation, etc., and that'll sort it out and it'll bring your sight back. And then other times you would see you know, damage in the central retina, the macula, where that's the, you know, your fine reading is and everything, and you get your that controls your light sensitivity and everything. What was your damage? Was it? Do you have peripheral vision leads, like side
Yes.
vision?
Yeah. Strangely enough, yes.
Go on, show
It's
me to
still
where
not.
you're looking. Demonstrate
It,
to me
it,
where
it,
you.
it's still not great,
Yeah,
but I've learned that I can see more. Say if I turn my head like that,
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and if I look forward, but
yeah,
then I kind of look that way.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And did they say
But
anything about whether you've got cataracts? Because you know that could also affect your
no, they
eyes as well.
didn't.
They didn't. Okay.
No, they didn't. No,
No.
they didn't.
Because
No.
sometimes, right, you can even have cataracts and the bastards won't remove them, even though it will allow more light in. I mean, is it quite? I know this is ironic, or it sounds a stupid question, but do you have a lot of light coming into your eyes, or is it that still a problem?
It's dark,
It's pretty
but
dark.
it's
Okay.
not. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
But it's not.
go
It's
on.
not particularly. What I can compare it to is like it's either dawn or dusk.
Yeah, yeah. And
Do you know
what?
when it's just becoming light or going dark? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. And what? Did they say what it was? Was it nerve damage that you had to your eyes?
Yes,
Yeah, so it's optic nerve damage. And was that through
optic
blood?
nerve.
Yeah, optic nerve. Yeah, there's not a lot you can do about optic nerve damage. However, what I would say to you, Leeds, is it's still worth, right, trying to take some basic eye supplements to try and keep what vision you do have. Yeah, even though you've got
Mm.
some peripheral vision still, right, you still need to try and keep your eyes healthy. And so you want to be taking like some lutein. You can get these things like I can send Jason some examples of what I would suggest. A minimum you should be taking is vitamin C every day, because again, that's good.
Sorry, Robert, is it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, sorry, Robert. I usually take high strength vitamin C every day, but unfortunately, due to my circumstances, I haven't been able to get hold of any.
right. Okay. What the
But
cost?
yeah, I understand the importance of vitamin C, and I am meaning to get some. So yeah, I think I usually take 1,000 milligrams a day.
Good. Yeah, that's a good amount to take. I mean, you can take vitamin C up to whatever your you know, your gut will allow you to take.
Until you start shitting yourself, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah, that's the one. And if you
Yeah.
spread it out, I mean, if you have it in a drink rather than maybe just one capsule or something that's a vitamin, you know, and you spread it out throughout the day, then
rather than one hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would also recommend that you do take some like some lutein capsules every day, Leeds, as well, because
Right. I've never heard of that before, Robert.
Yeah, well, lutein is what feeds the eye, the pigment of the eye, And it's also the supplement that I take for my eyes. It's got lutein and something called zeanthethol in it as well. And they've done studies on this, and it actually does keep the eye healthy and protects your eyes, especially if you're a smoker. You know,
I am a smoker and I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, I know. And but so therefore, you want to just try and counteract that, Leeds. Yeah.
Because on a morning, I wake up and I open my eyes, hoping that I'll be able to see.
Yeah.
But then I'm also glad that I can see, because I dread the day that I wake up and it's black.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. That's why I'm glad that I can give you that advice and say, you know, just get yourself on some eye supplements. Honestly, even eye supplements aren't that expensive. In fact, mate,
I will do.
In fact, let me send you some. Leeds, I've got some extra ones. Please let me send you some. I'd love to send you some, man. You know,
okay.
And I'd love to send
you. Don't worry. You just tell me what it's called, and I'll be able to get some.
Okay, man.
But thank you. I don't mean that in a rude way, but yeah, if you just send Jace the spelling of it or whatever,
I'll send him a photo of it on Telegram and stuff like that, so he can see it.
They gave me a supplement of. Was it B12?
Yeah, B12. Yeah.
Or D12.
Yeah, B12.
B12 was it?
Did they say that was for your eyes though, or was that for something else?
They said that was for my eyes.
Okay. Yeah. That's B12 is good as well. Yeah. Also, it wouldn't hurt for you to get.
That was an injection.
Yeah. Also, vitamin D spray Leeds as well. You don't get out much. I don't know. Do you get out much?
No, I don't.
Right. Then you need to be taking vitamin D as well, man, because that will help protect your eyes as well. Take the liquid form of vitamin D.
It's vitamin D3 you want, isn't it?
D3, yeah, with zinc. And you get the one with zinc in, because again, that's got eye protection. And also, what I also would recommend that you won't hurt your eyes at all every day. So again, for protection and strength, is to spray some colloidal silver once a day at your eyes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I've not thought about that, to be honest with you.
I use colloidal silver all the time, Leeds. You know, and, I spray it in my mouth. I spray it in my eyes. I spray it in my ears. You know,
I've used it quite a lot before, so I know its benefits. So I've often thought, would that work? We were discussing yesterday with Jason. Is there any kind of research into stem cells?
Yes, there is actually. I've heard a little bit about stem cell therapy. I don't know much about it. I mean, I'm more than happy to do some research for you, Leeds. Actually, I'd love to do that for you.
Because to be honest with you, I won't give a shit how much it costs, because how much would you pay for your eyesight? Seriously,
well, a friend of mine.
What price would you put on your eyesight?
You've just reminded me. A former friend of mine who became a doctor. He's actually. I remember him telling me that they did some stem cells and reversed the guy's blindness. Now, I don't know if it will work on your nerve damage, the type of blindness that you have, but I know in Mexico, which you can still get into Mexico, by the way, without any COVID shit or anything like that. In Mexico, yes, you can. Mexico is one of the countries that doesn't worry about it now. You don't have to have any vaccines or anything like that. In Mexico, they do a lot of stem cell work.
Right.
So
that's interesting.
Also, and lastly, I've just remembered it as well. You want to be taking a lot of omega-3 fish oils for protection of your eyes as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've got. It's just due to circumstances, like, because I'm kind of living at my mum's at the minute, and all me minerals and vitamins
Yeah.
at my girlfriend's house.
Right, I
And
see.
I can't get to them because we've got someone living there.
Right, okay.
So I need to buy some more, really. But yeah.
Well, I'll put a list together for Jason and send him the list. Yeah, and I'll
That'd be
also,
great. What's your either qualifications or position?
Well, I
then,
was
Robert?
a diabetic retinal screener for 10 years in the NHS.
All right,
and,
okay.
And whilst I was doing that, Leeds, I really got into natural health. And, you know, people would talk to me. I just started researching natural health and supplements. And as the years went on, they started telling me to shut the fuck up and don't talk about natural health and don't tell your patients about supplements and things, because I'm not a doctor. And in the end, we had a bit of a disagreement, and they sacked me.
Really?
Yeah, they got rid of me. Yeah, they actually accused me. They lied, and they said that a doctor told a patient had told them that I said to one of my patients not to take their diabetes medication, which I never did. And they took the word of a doctor over me, who'd worked for the NHS for 10 years. Yeah,
the complete twats, aren't they?
Yeah, and also what they didn't realise is that diabetic patients actually can have issues with confusion. So you could be talking to them about stuff, right? And they can take it one way and then report it back to a doctor another way. But again, they wouldn't take that. They wouldn't take that into in any sort of defence. But be honest with you, Leeds, I was happy to fucking leave the place, mate, because
well, I bet you were.
You know,
And my mum's a diabetic, by the way, so I understand what you're saying about eye screening and whatever.
Yeah, is she on medication, if you don't mind me asking, or is that private?
She takes insulin.
Okay, yeah, so she's type 1.
Yeah. Amongst other things.
Yeah, she could be. You know, everything you that I would recommend to Jason wouldn't hurt for your mum to take it either, man. You know, and so there is some camaraderie in doing health. You know, because it's a difficult thing to do, to take stuff every day, isn't it? You know, to get into that habit.
I'm much of a routine man, and once I get into a routine, I can stick to it. Yeah, it's just actually getting into that routine. But I understand what you mean, and you just think, oh, I mean, my mum's terrible for taking her tablets. We've got to remind her all the time.
Yeah. Some people find it easier than others, but again, you know, it's about that routine. It's an easy thing to break a routine, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you heard of moringa?
Isn't that a root or something? Moringa.
It's a plant.
That's right. Yeah. I have heard of it. Yeah, I don't know much about it, to be honest with you.
I believe it was originally from the Himalayas, and it kind of moved over to India and then into Africa, and apparently it's got lots of health benefits, and virtually it's got everything you need to live on. The literally there's places in Africa, and that's all they eat or drink. They take the leaves and they have it like tea.
Yeah, I've heard of moringa tea. Correct. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can live on such little food, Leeds. You know, we don't need.
I do. Look at me.
Yeah, and do you know what? It's better to be a little bit thinner than to be a little bit fatter. In my opinion.
I've always said that. I'd rather be thin than fat.
And also, Leeds, can I give you another tip? And that is, especially as a smoker. I mean, I was a weed smoker myself. I gave it up just beginning of January. what I would say is practice deep breathing, man, because it opens up. It opens up your blood vessels and it relaxes the body. It activates your second nervous system. When you do deep breathing, it activates something called your parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay.
Okay. And this is the system that tells you to be calm and the body to stay calm.
Is that a bit like yoga then?
Yes. Yes, it is a bit like yoga. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What about have you heard of like frequency treatments? A bit like Tesla.
Yeah. Funny enough, actually, there's a. It's like there's a. I've spoken to Jason about it.
Because surely, if they can't get to it, the optic nerve, because it's too dangerous, a frequency wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a guy. I forget what is. What was it called? Raymond Rolfe. I think Rolfe, something like that. And
yes.
Do you remember? Have you heard of him? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the guy that worked out every frequency of every type of disease.
Royal Raymond
Ralph or something like that. That's it. Yeah.
It was triple R, wasn't it?
That's right. And he worked out every frequency, and he was able to zap any pathogens in your body through frequencies.
Yes. Royal Raymond Ralph.
That's the one. Yep. Yeah.
That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. But also there's a guy that there's a bunch of guys called the sheepfarm.co.uk, and one of the guys he's run an alternative clinic, and he does a lot of ozone therapy and stuff like that. So it might.
All right. Yeah.
Have you heard of that?
I have indeed. Yes.
You know. Yeah. That might be something. I can take it. I'll do some investigation about whether that can improve your sight, or at least again, it's about we need to maintain at least what you've got. We don't want to lose any more than.
I think that's probably the case, isn't it? Because unfortunately, I'm on a losing battle with the booze and fags, so I've got to try and combat that, haven't I?
Well, or you've got it. Yeah, you've got it. If you want to do that, and I don't blame you, man, because what else have you fucking got in your life? If you haven't got your booze and your fags,
Yeah.
You want to just try and supplement it with something good as well, is all I would say.
Yeah. So,
I mean, thanks. Cheers, Robert, for coming on.
No, that's okay, Jason.
You stick around. Listen, it's always good. But just for, I know I'm seeing you tomorrow on Leeds. Because that was good advice there from Robert. I don't know if your mum and Jill are there, or anywhere near listening or anything like that. But it would be interesting for them to hear that as well. So that you're all on the tip point. So it's about 50 minutes in.
You can show me. I can show about 50 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah, it's about 50 minutes in. So just if you remember that, the stuff on there, and plus someone sent me some stuff to pass on to you already on Telegram group. So everyone wants to. Let's bring on the third wheel, shall we? He's been sat waiting patiently. He came on before Robert, but he's been sat waiting patiently. He's your mate and ours. It's Deirdre Barlow's Glasses. It's the one, the only third wheel. Evening, third wheel.
Yeah, what's up? How's it going?
I'm all right. Say hello to Leeds.
How's it going, Leeds? It's been a while, man.
Yeah, not bad. How are you, Uni?
I'm doing good.
Good. Yeah, not spoken to you for ages.
Yeah, it sucks to hear about what happened, man.
Yeah, shit happens, mate. Shit happens.
Jason, I'm going to bugger off and going to go and eat me dinner. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Robert, thank you for coming on, and you've really have given fantastic advice.
No, you're welcome, man. You're welcome, and we'll chat again hopefully in the near future.
Yeah, and I can't thank you enough. Seriously, that really nice to talk to you. And
You too.
in 10 minutes talking to you, I've got more sense than hours in NHS.
The NHS doctors they so lack empathy, you know.
They don't give a shit. Right, I'll tell you a little story before you go. And I've told Jason this, so he'll back me up. I was in my wheelchair and I was getting pissed off and agitated. And I started having a go at them. And they put me in a broom cupboard. They pushed me in a broom cupboard and shut that.
It's disgusting, isn't it? You know, I mean, honestly, one of the things that really pissed me off working in the NHS was this lack of empathy. And I used to get patients come in, and immediately I would say, "Hi, I'm Robert. Do you mind if I call you by your first name?" You know, and they would go, "Wow, you're the first person that's ever treated me like a human."
I know. My girlfriend works in a care environment. It's more elderly, kind of rehab, as in people coming out of hospital who need rehab, not rehab as in drugs and and they're a lot more empathetic. But when you go to a hospital, what gets me is they just stroll around. They just stroll around, and it just seems that they used to doing fuck all, and they're used to death, aren't they?
Yeah.
They just seem to be used to death. That's it. It's like part of the job, isn't it? People dying.
They literally, it's just like a production line. I'll give you that just before I go. My mum, who's 86, she's needed a cataract operation for the last 3 years, and I swear they just keep putting her off, right? Because they just want her to die before they have to pay out for the operation.
That's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, she's got another appointment soon, and I'm going to go along with her, and use my voice to try and push to get it done. You know.
Whereabouts in the country are you, Robert?
I'm in Bedfordshire.
All right.
What's that?
Have you looked into how much it? Have you looked how much it costs privately?
Privately, it will cost you at least $5,000 an eye to get a cataract done.
$5,000 an eye.
Yeah.
And is it both eyes for your mum?
No, she's had one done about 10 years ago. She had one done 10 years ago, but the other one's getting really, really cloudy. You know, really cloudy now.
Right.
And she's got.
Is that the sign of a cataract then?
Yeah, cloudiness is.
Was that the sign of a cataract then?
Yeah, but also, cataract can be cloudiness. It can also be, again, depending on what damage you've got to your eye, can also cause cloudiness as well.
Because we were discussing, can you remember I'm not sure whether he's still an MP, but it Blunkett, and he was blind, and he had a dog with him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah,
and he had like cloudy eyes, didn't he?
I don't know. Did he? I didn't notice.
You can kind of, well, you could kind of some people who are blind, you can tell that they're blind, can't you? Whereas with me, at the minute, you can't.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Apart from white stick.
Apart from the white stick.
Robert, go and listen. Yeah. Robert needs to go and get his tea.
I need me chili con carne, lads.
What are you having for tea?
Chili con carne.
What are you having for tea?
Chili con carne.
I love chili con carne.
Twice.
I've made it with not with mince, but with proper beef. I like the small pieces of beef to do it with the small pieces of beef, man.
I don't know. It's
Are you having
it's
rice?
culinary, it's health, it's it's food, it's all sorts. This show tonight.
Yeah, I'm having it with rice, Leeds.
Right.
And so is my
Sour
boy next to
cream.
me.
All right. Good.
Cheers,
Have you got a
lads.
YouTube
Enjoy.
channel? Somebody
And
asked
thank
if
you
you've got
for
a
your
YouTube
help.
channel, Rob.
No, I haven't got a YouTube channel. You know, I've got Telegram. If people want to jump on my Telegram, I'll post it on the site, on the Telegram site, and I'll post it in the chat as well. Okay, but yeah. I'm also going to be appearing on the Wigan Joker as well. He's asked me, as you well know, Jason. So that'll be coming up soon. We're going to be talking a bit of health as well on the Wigan Joker.
I can't afford to watch the Wigan Joker.
No, I know.
I can't afford to watch it.
He told me he's now doing exclusive content, isn't he, or something? You know.
I think so. Yeah. But anyway, I can't afford that. But you let me know how it goes, and I'll tell you what we should do is perhaps maybe sort out a monthly spot for you on this show, and we can talk about different things, health.
I'd love to. I mean,
you'd be interested in.
I love all sort of. I've got a lot of general knowledge on alternative health. I mean, I'm looking into pyramid therapy at the moment, for example.
Oh, well, I'm doing cube therapy, as you know.
I know you are. How are you getting on with that stupid cube, man? That would drive me nuts.
I've done it. I did it.
Did you do it?
Yeah, I've done this 5x5 now. I've done it a couple of times. So
can I just say, you need to make Leeds laugh. I think you should do a bit of pigeon tonight, Jason.
Oh, we'll do some pigeon in a bit. Yeah. We'll do some pigeon. I'm looking to get Dinny on after you know when there's a
fuck off
in a minute. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck him, Jason. Fuck him, Jason.
No,
Brilliant, Rob. Thanks a lot, mate. Thanks for coming on, jumping on.
Cheers, then.
Invaluable advice.
Thank you, Robert.
We'll chat again, man. Take care now.
Take it easy.
Yeah, nice to speak to you, mate.
You too.
All the best to your mum.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
There we go. There's Robert, and there you go. He knows his stuff, Robert. I remember we've talked before. I've had him on before. He really knows his stuff.
Have you had him on before? I can't remember that.
Oh yeah, he's been on before. Yeah, he jumped on one day, when I was going solo. Yeah, not long ago. Yeah, but yeah, he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. Yeah, he knows his stuff. That's what we want.
We need now. We just need Dinny to get his arse.
We need to start picking on Uni now, then, don't we?
We need to get Dinny on. I'm putting thing in for Dinny now in chat room. Well, and anybody else who wants to come on, chuff it. It's Tuesday.
So Uni, what's been going on with you? Anything?
Not really.
Uni, what's been going on with you? Anything?
No, just same old. I did want to ask though, did you guys ever end up getting Obamacare over there?
Why would we get Obamacare?
Well, just because it seemed to be like the popular thing going on.
Yeah, but we don't have nothing to do with Obama. He weren't our president and president's first man.
Oh, who's FCST Paulie?
That should be Dinny. Good evening, Dinny. How are you, mate? Your mic's muted. His mic's muted. It's going to take him a while to connect, I think.
Yeah, Jason, you look like. Why do you have two giant dicks behind you?
Good evening.
Evening, Dinny. How you doing?
Hello, Jason. Hello, Leeds, mate. How are you? Stewart. How are you, brother?
Good evening, Dinny. How are you, pal?
I'm all right, mate. Sorry about your eyesight.
Good to hear you.
Wonky.
Hey?
You know? Sorry about your eyesight. Yeah. A bit wonky.
It's all right, man. Shit happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. Let's all rip into Uni. What's your latest idea, Uni? Tell us.
I don't know. I guess just making fun of Joe Biden some more.
What you been doing today?
Oh, just same old, doing nothing much.
No, for fuck's sake! See how interesting he is to get on. He insists on coming on, but he's never got out to say ever.
Uni, have you got a passport?
No,
How much does it cost to get a passport?
I have no clue. Honestly, I really have no clue.
Probably I don't know, $200, Leeds.
What?
Probably $200.
Can't be much, can it, Dinny?
No.
You call $100 not much?
Yeah. 120 euros it cost me.
Someone in chat room, see how much it costs to get a passport in America. Surely it must be the same.
You're not bringing
Surely
the
it must
cunt
be
over
the
here.
same.
Leeds, you're not bringing the cunt over here, are you?
We were on about it.
What are we doing with Taylor, man?
Not to Germany. We're going to drop him off. We're going to drop him off in Manchester or somewhere.
Off in the middle of Sheffield or something.
Drop me off at Jason's house.
Drop him off in Carlisle.
Yeah. Oh, God. I once got stuck in Carlisle. That wasn't funny. Do you want me to tell you the story?
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Right. It was my 30th birthday, and I was working away from home, doing like ventilation work in nightclubs and shit like that. And we were in Carlisle, and we had these digs with my boss. So we went out for my birthday, and he went home early, and I was still out. And I got talking to this lad, and I don't know. I ended up going back to his house in the middle of. Not like that. No, not like that. For a smoke. For a smoke. And obviously, I woke up in the morning. Didn't know where the fuck I was. Didn't know what time it was. My phone had run out of fucking battery, so I'm like fucking stuck in this fucking council estate. I managed to get myself back to digs. Took me a while, and my boss has fucked off. He'd been called off to another job.
So you stuck in Carlisle?
They'd been trying to get hold of me, but obviously my phone were off. So I was stuck in Carlisle. I had no.
Where's Carlisle, Leeds?
It's right up by Scotland on left-hand side.
Yeah, I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah?
It's on the border of Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah. So I thought, what the fuck am I going to do? So I had to go in, I ate coppers, didn't I? I had to go into a police station.
What?
Yeah. What else could I do? I had to go into a police station and explain, look, I ain't got a phone. I don't know where the fuck I am. Yeah. And eventually, they got hold of my girlfriend, and my girlfriend had to drive up from, like, Huddersfield to Carlisle to pick me up, and then obviously drive back.
Oh, how long does it take from Leeds to Carlisle?
2.5, 3 hours, Jay?
Yeah, easy 3 hours.
Yeah.
You're not pissing because you're not pissing about, are you? That either. I mean,
it was kind of night time, so it was quiet. But yeah, you're looking at 3 hours there, 3 hours back, aren't you? Yeah.
Someone sent me this on. I can't show it. I don't think it's too fucking rude. But someone said this might be interest to you, Uni. Let me just share screen.
It's not fucking teabagging, is it?
No, it's not to do with teabagging. We'll
Jesus
keep
Christ,
teabagging to a
Taylor.
minimum tonight, shall we?
Yeah. It's Tuesday.
I'll just share screen. Just someone said this might be of interest to you, Uni. Let's have a look here. There we go. There you go. Virgin School, Part 1.
What?
Virgin School Part 3. Virgin School Part 2. Can you see them
What?
pictures?
No,
What
we
the
can't see anything,
fuck?
Jason. You haven't showed the screen, mate.
I can see
have.
it. I can see it.
I can't.
What the
I
fuck?
can't.
Fuck is
I
this?
can't see
some
fuck all,
shit?
mate.
There you go. So there you go. That's somebody sent that in for you, and I'm going to stop sharing that now because
What?
you know
Virgin School.
it were weird. Virgin School, yeah. So you get. I think it's hard not to be a virgin.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
So what Uni could do with.
Don't be clicking on them. Don't listen to them, Taylor. Don't be clicking on that shit.
It
No,
looks like,
Turn it off, Jason.
it looks like something you'd see on Pornhub.
Is there something going on at your house, Leeds?
Women have just walked in.
Oh no, not women.
Yeah. Can you keep your noise down, please, ladies? Jason says. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Jason, don't be rude.
Mum
I'm
says
not
don't
being
be
rude.
rude.
I'd never be rude to you, June.
Jen.
I know it is. That's why I did it.
June.
Never be rude to you, Jane and Jill. That's who it is. Oh dear. So, come on, say something anti-Nazi for once, Uni. Say something against Hitler. Say you were a bad guy. The more I read about him, you know, the less I like him.
Well, that's because you're reading this the wrong shit.
Yeah, but they might say you're reading wrong shit.
Well, yeah, but you got to decide for yourself which is right and what's wrong.
What?
You know,
Hitler was a fucking Austrian. He wasn't even German, man. He's a dickhead.
I know he was Austrian, yeah.
Dickhead, man.
Oh, and so wait, has your media been making fun of Biden, Pelosi, and freaking Harris? Because I noticed that a lot of foreign news channels have been doing that.
What? You ask again, please.
So, as your media been making fun of Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris? Because I noticed a lot of the foreign media.
Why would our media be doing that? For a start, we don't care. They don't make our media. They don't. Joe Biden don't make our media unless he's fell over or something. That's all. That's the only time he makes our media that I see anyway, and I don't really see very much. All I do know is that fucking there's a picture of Boris Johnson, 2 pictures of Boris Johnson side by side, one where he's in Liverpool and one where he's in Ukraine. The one where he's in Ukraine, he's got his suit on, and the one where he's in Liverpool, he's got a fucking bulletproof vest on.
Yeah, because he knows that he knows everyone's going to start shooting him.
But he's supposed to be in a fucking war zone, and he's not. Like, you know, he's just walking about in his fucking whistle. It's fucking stupid. Anybody thinking that that's really, you know, really real? They're being stupid. What do you reckon, Leeds? What do you reckon to? You know, are you taking much notice, or are you just like sort of going through the day listening to Talk Sport? I suppose you heard a bit of news.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I don't give a shit about him, do you? Fucking
Not really.
Biden's a complete wanker, isn't he? Let's face it. End of. I don't want to talk about him. I don't want to talk about him. The wankers.
The whole fucking lot of them, Leeds. The whole fucking lot of them, mate. Every single one of them, mate.
Yeah. I mean, what about fucking Boris? He's just been fucking done for whatever he's been done for. Surely he should fucking resign, shouldn't he?
Even if he does, why does it matter?
But then you get the next prick in.
Well, I know they do, but
Should they bring Theresa May back?
Oh, for fuck's sake. And what is wrong with you, Taylor, man?
I said, should they bring back Theresa May?
Yes.
Yes, let's bring back Theresa May back. Yeah, because at least it was a bit of, it were a woman to look at. I mean, if you can call it a woman, I probably didn't call it a woman or out like that.
No.
Yeah, freaking. Jimmy Hagan says, "Who gives a crap about Biden, Pelosi, and the whore from hell?" Damn. Speaking of whores from hell, apparently our first black woman head of Supreme Court justice has been appointed by Biden.
Big fucking deal.
We don't give
honestly,
a fuck.
Though, you Nate. Honestly, it don't make no. You know, you've got all this opportunity here. You could say all the things you ever wanted to say to Leeds, and you're fucking talking about Joe Biden's curtains.
Joe Biden's curtains. Well, Leeds, how have you been getting on?
Good question. Answer that one.
Have you not been listening?
No, I have been listening.
Well, where's that app from anyway, Leeds? Where do you get that app from?
I can't remember. I told you yesterday that I had a blue one on, didn't I? And
yeah, you did.
There were a yellow one, and I couldn't decide, so I fucking bought them both. But I can't remember where I got them from. It probably off internet.
The best place for apps, that internet, innit, didn't it?
Well, what supposed to be a fucking egghead or something?
Where do you get your apps from?
Me?
Yeah.
I haven't got any. I'm a bald cunt.
What do you think about Max Egan anyway?
Oh, fuck off, you.
I've never seen Max Egan.
I told Leeds about it. In fact, I showed him that video of you. I didn't show him. I listened to it.
Leeds took the piss out of me.
Hey?
Jason took the piss out of me.
Mm.
Would he do that, Leeds? Would he? Would he fucking do that? Would he not?
How's St. Pauli doing?
They drew. I was supposed to be. I'm going to tell you, I was supposed to be in the game last Saturday, and I got tickets. But I found out St. Pauli little cunts. Only fucking people who's been vaccinated have taken a test line in the stadium. I says, "Fuck you! I'm not going in." I didn't do it. I've been in for 2 years, Leeds.
So they won't let you in.
Fuck off, Jason, you cunt.
Well, that's what our plans are, Jess.
Well, it has, but it'll relax. We can still go and see him, though, can't we?
Oh yeah, oh definitely. But I'm not getting vaccinated or any of that bullshit to watch a game of football.
Would they let us in country though? Thinking about it.
Oh, they would, yeah, no problem.
See, Novak Djokovic.
Are you thinking of coming, Leeds?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking bring it on, mate.
Jess, have you spoken to Jess?
I spoke to him last night. I told him we were thinking about coming down over.
Yeah.
Leeds, most welcome, mate.
But we don't know whether we get past Amsterdam, do we?
You don't have to go near Amsterdam. You come into Rotterdam and you drive up from Rotterdam.
Yeah, I know, but Amsterdam is quite close, so we might just call in just to see sights and then
There's no fucking weed in Germany. They've got more weed in Germany than they're doing fucking Amsterdam.
I'm not talking about weed. Oh, Amsterdam's a beautiful city.
Shagging.
I'm talking about Dam Square. It's a beautiful city. Dam Square, going up to one of them people who stands there, you know, with fucking dressed in silver and pretending to be a statue. What sort of fucking job's that? They stand there pretending to be a statue until you start taking money out of their hat, and then they fucking soon break character. But there's all that shit in Dam Square, see? It's a beautiful place. That's what I'm talking about. You see, what I said was we might not get past that beauty. We might just be in awe of it.
And best steak I ever had, Jay, were in Amsterdam.
Where were it then?
It were. Do you know where the train station is?
No.
No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I know where a train station is.
Right. So you're coming out of train. You're coming out of train station, straight down that main drag. I can't remember the name of the road, but straight down that main drag, over at bridge, and then you're on. Do you know what I mean? And it's down there near the bottom, an Argentinian steakhouse. I don't know why Argentinians seem to make the best beef.
Well, because Argentina is the greatest country on the planet.
Okay.
That's why. So L. Freedom Robert says they are banning weed smokers not from Amsterdam. It was on the news today. They've been doing that for years. I mean, honestly, but if you go back 2013, 2014, they were talking about doing it then, but it's not changed. No, it's changed. So
the reason they're banning that, Robert, is because they get all these dickheads, fucking tourists. They go into Amsterdam and get stoned and make complete dicks of themselves, and you know that's probably the reason, Robert. It's not the genuine or the man who smokes dope. It's because of all the fucking dickheads.
Yeah, but then compare that, say, Dinny, to my sister, who's older than me. She went to Newcastle at the weekend, and she just said it was mayhem.
What do you mean, mayhem?
Drinking. So when you're saying that they're making dickheads out of themselves, I think I'd rather people make dickheads out of themselves stoned than pissed up and trying to fight each other and throwing up, and because
yeah, but the last time I was in Amsterdam, before the pandemic, when the missus was there, and you see all the fucking Brits getting stoned and drunk and just making complete dicks out of themselves, like.
I don't know how they can afford to get fucking drunk in Amsterdam.
Falling all over the fucking place, like. You know, they come over in their 49 fucking euro fucking flights. A weekend in Amsterdam, let's get stoned, you know. That's probably why I was saying that to Robert, like, you know, that's just make complete dicks themselves, you know.
It'd have been Bobby Moore's birthday today. Do you know how old he would have been, Taylor?
Who?
Bobby Moore.
Who's that?
I don't know who Bobby Moore is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Let's get stoned.
Have a guess, Taylor. Right, he's dead.
Let's get stoned again.
Come on, Taylor, have a guess.
Wait.
Think of a number.
Wait,
less than 100.
He was a conspiracy theorist, Taylor.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Every fucking night.
I can't fucking stand weed, man.
You never tried it.
It's fucking disgusting. I can't stand being around it. It makes me feel. It makes me
Taylor,
feel
you never tried it. You've never been around it. Stop lying.
Fucking can't stand being around the shit. It makes me feel. It makes me
How many
fucking
people have been around who's taking weed?
Let's get
Fucking you lot arguing. Yeah, listen, you can't say that it's shit you don't like something if you've never tried it, man. Yeah, you've never. Don't you like sex because you never tried that?
Yeah, that's a different thing.
Or a diet.
I'll tell you what, Leeds, right? I was talking to Jason in Leeds, and Taylor the other night, right? And Taylor was showing videos of fucking men fucking teabagging other men. You tell me about that.
Yes, can you turn that off?
It's going to finish in a minute. Do you want to turn it down a bit? I didn't know you could hear it that much.
But he was showing videos of teabagging leads.
All right.
Disgusting.
Oh dear me.
Yeah.
No, he's got a proper what's it? He's got a completely different angle on teabagging as we have. I mean, they do it to each other like blokes, lads that he meets online.
What?
Don't you? Don't you, tell you, Nick? You do. You teabag blokes that you meet online.
No, we're not laughing, Taylor. We want to discuss something, like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. When people that play games do that all the time.
Right. So you're teabagging other men, aren't you? Other boys, other lads.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
There you go.
What?
See,
we have a teabagger among the fucking crowd.
Yeah.
What are you looking for, Lee?
And like, if anyone in the chat has kids, they should know what I'm talking about. Like, when it comes to like games like Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, or even fighting games like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. You know, people do that all the time. It's like, oh, you suck, you eat my nuts, you suck, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Eat my nuts, you suck.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here we go.
It's a pretty common thing.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
I've seen myself.
Oh, Leeds, don't fucking start Jason. He's a kinky cunt.
I know he is. He has two giant fucking dicks behind him, man.
At least I've got a fucking giant dick in front of me and all.
Oh.
Can you hear that background music?
You play music, Jason?
Yeah.
It's got background music on this, you know. That's called this one that's on is called Feeding the Ducks.
So what kind of music can we play then? Can you not play chart music, shall we say?
No, I can't play chart music now. It'd just get copyrighted and I'll get a stroke.
You can't play any kind of music on YouTube. You always get freaking copyright strike. That's why
it seems that I've watched channels and it seems that they play music that by artists, shall we say, that you'd think would be copyrighted, and you think, well, how come they can get away with it?
Well, the YouTube algorithm isn't perfect.
They pay for it, Leeds, I think.
Yeah, they do. They'll pay for the license to use it.
All right. Okay. That won't be cheap then, will it?
There is a thing. Somebody told me that there is a thing where you can buy a license to play music on YouTube. But I don't, it's going to be very expensive, and I can just use
How much does it cost? Do you know how much it costs?
Would that mean you'd be able to play any music you wanted then, or would you be restricted?
No, I think you have to buy the rights to each individual song.
No, you don't. You don't. You can buy blocks. You can buy you can buy the rights from because they all get paid by. They all get like money from this organization. I can't fucking remember what it's called, but they get money from it, and you have to buy a license so that you can use the music. Because it's like a music license, like a nightclub has or a pub has to have a music license to have to be able
PRS. PRS.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, PRS. That's it. Yeah.
Public
PRS,
royalties.
When I were a DJ, if PRS came in, you were like hiding your fucking, your gold copies because you've got.
Who are they, Jason? Who's PRS?
Recorded. Hey.
Public Royalties Service. You know when.
It's the Performing Rights, isn't it? Is it Performing Rights Society?
It's PRS, isn't it? Maybe I'm wrong there, but it's if the song gets played on the radio or they use, say, a certain amount of music on Tinterweb now, I suppose, or in an advert, they get paid into like a pot into this PRS. And then this PRS sends them a check every month or every year or whatever it is to the artist.
So he makes money in his sleep.
You
Yeah.
can't, Tony. You can't play music now on your channel. They just don't allow it. They just don't allow it.
To, Jason,
They'll
you remember
get
you
it.
as well, Leeds. You remember we used to play when Andy was on. We'd play 2 or 3 songs.
I used to love that.
And that song on. All of a sudden, it got banned. Do you remember that, Jason?
I know. I used to love halftime break. Me.
Yeah.
And you could either make a cup of tea or go for a piss or just enjoy music. And I were always making. I told Jace the other day. I remember when I were always making suggestions, and I'd badger Andy all the time.
Yeah.
Until he gave in and played it. And then one time I asked for Rapper's Delight, and he didn't realise that it was 13 minutes long.
Talked to Andy with Frank Zappa on, with fucking everything on, man. It was good. Like, we got banned once, and Jason was on at the time, I think. The channel was taken down for fucking copyright or some bullshit. Do you remember, Jason? No.
I remember some. I don't know.
Oh yeah, a couple of people in the chat have been mentioning that the next big thing will probably be what is it? Sweden and Finland trying to join NATO.
Finland will not join fucking NATO.
No, they won't. No,
I guarantee
neighbors.
that, mate.
No.
Well, is it because they're on the border?
Sweden, Denmark, and the other country, what's it called? Norway. They're pussies of governments. Whether you like it or not, it's the truth. I've worked all over them countries. I know all about it. They're pussies.
So what makes you so sure Finland won't join?
Finland is the only place to be in Scandinavian countries, mate. You wouldn't know.
No, I wouldn't.
You've never left your bedroom. Never mind fucking
What's it going to do you blind bat?
Fucking dinner, yeah. He's as usual. He's all. Listen, lads,
are you coming out to visit me, mate?
Hey,
are you coming out to visit me?
Yeah,
I'll sort you out, mate. I'll get you fucking anywhere, mate. But you don't fucking come through Amsterdam. You just have to come from Rotterdam.
Shut up! You're just trying to keep us away from Amsterdam, man. We're not going there anyway because they're all fucking comments.
Thinking about it sensibly, we might have to see if we can maybe go other way around to start with, and then come back through Amsterdam.
No.
You'll never get back.
Well,
no.
Occupational hazard, isn't it?
Of course it is. All I'll just say is that I'll just say that I sent fucking. I'll just say I sent Leeds to go and get tickets.
I'll get you to St. Pauli.
And I haven't seen him since.
I'll definitely get us to a St. Pauli game.
Wait. Instead of Germany, why don't you guys all just come here?
No, we don't want to go to America.
No.
Why?
What? Would you rather go? Would you rather go to Amsterdam or Seattle?
Who are you asking?
Amsterdam. Obviously, Seattle fucking pisses it down all the time.
Right. Shall we move on, you and
he? Come and visit in Leeds.
You can come and
Seattle anyway. He's not in Seattle.
You can come and stay with me anytime. I told you that. You remember when you couldn't get back to Ireland? You didn't think you'd be able to get back to Ireland, and I said you could stop over here and maybe try and fucking sneak over or whatever.
I was thinking of getting into Hull, Leeds, and across that way. So Hull's not far from you, lads.
No, not far at all. It's only an hour.
Oh, no. Well, we're going to go Hull. Hull's a fucking piece of piss to get to from us.
It takes me 6 hours to drive to Rotterdam.
Have you told him about? Have you told him about the vehicle?
No, I've not. That's not my business to tell him. But you can tell him if you want. It's your vehicle.
All right. Well, we thought, seeing as we're going to Germany, we thought we'd best buy a German car.
A German car, yeah.
Yeah. a quick one, because we want to get there fast.
You can't
Very
fucking
fast.
drive. You're blind, you cunt.
I'm not driving.
Well, who's driving then?
You being said,
Peg leg.
Pegleg's going to
Jason
drive.
driving.
Of course, I'm going to drive.
Right.
He can't drive, can he? So I'm going to have to drive. Yeah, listen, I would have got
Is Jason
fucking
driving, Leeds?
Eh?
Is Jason driving?
Yeah.
Well, you're most welcome.
Well, there you go. See, so we're getting a Trabant.
Trabant. I drove one of them. I drove one of them in East Germany.
Oh, I
I'm
fucking
going to
love
say
that.
they were they German? Were they
Yeah,
Russian?
he's German.
East German company, Russian.
So anyway, we're going for a Porsche.
A what?
A Porsche.
You fucking what? You going for a
You're
Porsche?
deaf. A Porsche.
Fucking hell.
Not my Porsche, by the way.
No.
Before anybody starts saying he's a fucking shill to New World Order.
And it was funny because we're on phone to this guy, and Jace were on phone to him, and he says, because we're off tomorrow, aren't we? And Jace says, well, I'll have to explain to you. I've only got one leg, and my mate's blind. And you're like, this guy must be thinking, fucking hell, what? And they're coming to look at a fucking Porsche.
Fucking hell. Yeah, so listen, that's not mine. It's not my mode of
hang on a minute.
transportation.
You're going to buy a Porsche tomorrow?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Why? Yeah.
You're coming to
Jace?
Germany then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, fucking
Right.
fine with me.
And it's cost me, right, because he's lost his fucking leg. It's cost me
Fucking
about
his leg.
It's cost me about 10 grand more because he needs an automatic.
Oh, he needs an automatic, yeah.
Yeah. I'm joking, Jason.
I know, mate. I know. Listen, listen. I'd have gone in my Astra, mate, in my Spaz car. But you know, if you want to go in a
I'd have gone
Porsche,
in I'd have gone in out, but yeah. Although I don't know.
A few quid, Leeds.
we're going to do a show from your house, didn't we?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
that's
what
That's
we
what
want
we
to do.
said. Right. And we said, we don't need much equipment, do we? We can do a show, can't we?
Come here, mate. You'll be well sorted.
Bring us laptops and we're away, aren't we?
Yeah.
Easy. Just get it's been no problem to set up. No problem to set up that at all. Anyway, listen, it's been 2 hours, so we're gonna have to set her out. Thanks to everyone who's been in chat room tonight. It's been don't forget the Telegram group, which I'm just popping in the chat room now. That's a Telegram group. Join there if you want. There's 28. There's
Sorry,
a couple of people joined tonight.
Jay, can I just butt in?
Yeah, of course you can.
I don't know what Telegram is. Can you explain it to me, please?
No, please don't even touch it. It's crap.
It's just
I just want to know what it is.
It's like a social network.
WhatsApp. It's the exact same as WhatsApp.
Oh, okay. All right. I won't bother.
Just Jason likes to posh it up.
It looks. People ask me, right? They said, "Can we have a Raconteurs News Telegram group?" Right? Which I don't really use Telegram. I only ever used it for Heath because Heath fucking thought that New World Order were up his arse because when they saw WhatsApp, so he wouldn't use that anymore. So I only had it because of Heath. So, but then people get it, and people keep wanting they wanted a group, so I had and got a group together, and it's on there, so you can go on there if you want, and you don't have to if you don't have to. I go on every now and again. I do keep looking at what people are posting, but I don't post very much myself because I ain't got really very much to say, believe it or not. Thanks, fellas. Go on, one last bit of advice each. We'll start off with Uni. Uni, what's your last little bit of little nugget of information that you want to give to our listeners tonight?
Well, first of all, I'd rather have it be pouring down rain than it being 100+ degrees Fahrenheit. And honestly, on the eastern side of Washington, that's pretty much what it is all year round. So if you want to come over here, definitely come over to this side of the pond.
Okay, there you go. There's an invitation from Uni for anybody that is into sadomasochism that wants to go over there and you got a small boy. Dinny, what about your last words of wisdom?
Last words of wisdom, Leeds. Get your Porsche, mate, and get your ass out here. I'd love to meet you, mate. I'd love to meet you. And
We will do. We'll make a day of it.
Leeds, any day, mate. And I'll take you to St. Paul again. I promise you that.
Well, that's why I was asking how they're doing. But if they won't let us in, if we're not, none of us are vaccinated. So how are we going to get in?
Well, they're doing that shit now at the moment, but that'll change. I'm not going to.
That's what Jason said, but I don't think it will.
Oh, well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Leeds,
yeah.
Give us say what you want to say to everybody who's in chat room that's been missing you. So your last little bit for us tonight, and then we'll end.
Yeah, thank you for missing me. Your missing is very much appreciated, and I miss you, like the deserts miss the rain.
I miss you.
Also,
what's that? That's sounding kind of rude, Leeds.
No, it's a song, isn't it? It's called Missing.
Come on, Diddy. Keep up.
Put that finger down.
Also, don't eat yellow snow.
Don't eat yellow at this time of year. Don't eat yellow. In fact, we did have fucking snow last other week. Anyway, it's been brilliant. Thanks very much, fellas.
Sometimes it snows in April. That's a song by Prince. It's very good, actually. I like it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really.
Now then. Jingle jangle.
Right, everybody. I'll be back on Friday with Chuck O'Celli, the O'Celli Effect. Check that out beforehand, and you'll get to know what
it's blind week, everyone. It's blind week.
It's blind week. Yeah, exactly. Another blind guy.
If you'd like to contribute to a blind dog, please send all your money to Nigeria.
Buy that fucking Porsche and shut up.
Right. Thanks, everybody.